Now, Cube, when I talked to Cuba Gooding Jr., we had him on, and you guys at the movie, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
And he told me the story where he says, I keep calling him O'Shea, and he says, listen, man, don't call me O'Shea. You call me Cube. And he said it's kind of complicated because he's Cuba and you're Cube, so you guys are doing a movie together. And he says one of the scenes you come up to him and you say after the death and you kind of don't know how to handle the loss, loss of a loved one. And he says you went up to him and said, listen, Cuba, I'm not the crying type, man. I come from the hood. I'm not one that's going to cry. What feedback can you tell me about this scene? And he says, just think about the brothers you lost in the hood.
Yeah.
And he says, you said to him, I got it. I'm good from here. And then you went and did your thing.
Yeah.
Growing up, for you to be able to tap into, what you produce with music, with movies, who were you at 14 years old? Were you ever part of a gang? Were you a gangster? And if yes, who were you with?
Well, growing up in the neighborhood, you make choices. Now everybody in the neighborhood is affiliated. Like you can't not be, you can't be neutral. So the neighborhood I come from is called Neighborhood Crips. And, we growing up, we figuring out which direction we want to go. We 10, 12, 11. I start playing sports. I'm in the football, I'm in the basketball. And then I get into this rap stuff. Now, not too many people in my neighborhood was into it. As far as doing it, they all loved it. The pros, Run DMC and the Fat Boys and, LL Cool J. But only Sir Jinx, which is Dr. Dre's cousin that lived down the street, he was the only one into the music. He did it all. He did breakdancing, graffiti, DJing. Only thing he really didn't do was rap. So, at that point where it's go hard for the hood or explore this new music at 13, 14 years old and hang out with Dr. Dre, my choice was to go with music, hang out with Dr. Dre. So them years when banging with her took over my life, I had something to replace it with, like great music and learning the music business and doing, DJing parties and just doing something way more interesting than gangbanging.
Now, at the time, who was Dre? How was Dre seen in the streets? Not to the people that followed.
He was a local
music.
DJ that was one of the best in L.A.
That's it.
He was known as, it was a few DJs that were the best. Egyptian Lover, Bobcat, Joe Cooley. These are some of the best. DJ Pooh, Battle Cat. And Dre was, close to the top when it came to being a coveted DJ that everybody digged, loved, and wanted to do their parties.
Did you how could you differentiate him against Egyptian Lover or others? Because they're all there. So you kind of picking who you want your running mate to be. Why did you choose Dre over, whatever the life may be or other, talent out there?
I knew Dre. I didn't know them other cats.
I got you. Okay.
Not to the point where I can hang with him and be a part of it. I could go to, Uncle Jam's Army. They was the biggest crew. Uncle Jam's Army. They had Egyptian Lover. They had Arabian Prince. They had, a bunch of DJs. They would do big, concerts at the sports arena. And so out in Compton, you had Lonzo Williams, who ran the Wrecking Crew. Mm-hmm. And they did parties mostly in Compton, Linwood, Carson, them areas in that way. And so that's who I was hanging with. I would leave South Central and go to Compton and hang with Lonzo and the Wrecking Crew, Dre, DJ Yella, Clientele, the Unknown DJ, DJ Unknown, sorry about that. And just learning, the Compton side of hip hop, where they had Tidy T and they had Mixmaster Spade, and they were starting to bubble, as far as making a name for Compton in the music industry. Mm-hmm. So you know, it was just circumstances, you know.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.